Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Shaneria and this is Talk and Crime. On today's video, we have another reaction video. But before we get started, if you are new here, join the family by subscribing. If you are returning, let's all get started in today's reaction video.
All right, story time on how I found out who I've been thinking is my dad is not my dad. And I found all this out from 23andMe. Okay, so boom, about 6 years ago, my sister actually bought me a 23andMe kit thing or whatever, because we're not gonna go into why she bought it for me, but anyway, she bought me a 23andMe kit and I decided to send it in or whatever. It told me like my ethnicity and all that, blase. Cool, 6 years ago. Okay, about a month ago, somebody reaches out to me and they're like, hey, they message me, they find me on Facebook, message me, and they're like, hey, I know this is weird, blase, I did a 23andMe thing, and this thing has came back that we're half siblings. So I'm like, interesting. Now, who I've always thought was my dad, we didn't have a relationship. I knew his first and his last name. That man said he wasn't fooling with me, and he stood on business. Can't be mad at that. So anyways, this guy reaches out to me, and he is familiar to me, his face. As soon as I open it and I, go through his Facebook and stuff, I'm like, I think I went to school with this dude or whatever. So we end up exchanging information. We talk and everything, and I'm like, okay, well, this is like strange or whatever, blase. I'm telling my mom about it. My mom is like, girl, I don't know that man's daddy. I'm like, okay. Girl, you had to know something because it's coming back that he's a sibling. This isn't like he say, she say, this is DNA. So she's like, girl, I don't know that man. I'm like, okay, girl, whatever. So fast forward, I'm still communicating with this half brother. Communicating with him, and I'm like, we both just come to the conclusion like maybe we should do like another DNA test outside of 23andMe. Like, let's do something else because I need the reassurance, because I don't want to just be walking around here saying like, oh yeah, this is my half brother, his daddy is my daddy. Like, I know nothing about his daddy. I've never seen the man a day in my life, nothing. Okay, so he ends up getting it, and we meet up. I meet his wife, his 3 kids, and we do our swab. We do the swab, and about, I say maybe 4 days later, it comes back. But when it comes back, it's saying that it's inconclusive. Okay, so the brother's like in communication with the company for this other DNA sample that we just did, and they're like basically like, we need a grandparent or even like a parent, to do their DNA thing too. Now, mind you, the dad in question, him and the son like really aren't on speaking terms or whatever, and so, which is understandable. I've been there before too with parents and whatnot too, family, relatives, whatever the case may be. So he's like, I'm gonna have my grandparents, maybe reach out and see if they can either do it or, the dad can do it. I'm like, all right, cool. So later that day, I want to say, either later that day or maybe the next day or something like that, I get another message on Facebook, and it's the dad. And so he's like, hey, my niece just told me some crazy news. How did this happen? So me, I'm like, I know how it happened when I did it. I don't know how it happened when you did it. But I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, my mom is saying like she doesn't know you or anything like that. So when I tell him who my mom and everything is, he's like, yeah, I know your mom. He like, yeah, we used to run with the same people back in the day, blase. But my mom is dead serious. Like, she like, I don't know him. He ain't my type. I'm like, girl, what is your type? Because honestly, the man that she was saying was my dad was this light-skinned, bald head with freckles on his face dude. My mom had a boyfriend when they broke up. My mom had a different boyfriend when she was pregnant with me, and he was dark skinned with a jerry curl. So, girl, you don't have a type. So my mom was like, are you mad at me? And I'm like, no, girl. Like, I'm a 90s baby, girl. The 90s was a time, girl. You was living. And my mom was cute. My mom was that girl back then. You know what I mean? So I'm like, no, girl. I mean, it'd just be nice to know. Like, but she's dead serious. Like, she don't know nothing. Like, he knows. Like, he's like, I remember her, but it's not like he just remembers like a long history with her. Like, he's like, we went to school with her. He's like, I went to school with her. She had a sister named, which is one of my aunts, and he was like, and they stayed across the street from this park, which I was raised partially in that home as well. One of my family members still lives there. The aunt still lives there. So he's like, yeah, I remember blase. Now, other people that like I know that I went to school with that are like potential cousins are like, oh yeah, you look like the grandma. Like, I'm gonna look like my grandma, my mama's style. So I'm like, I don't know, like they're sending me pictures and stuff, and I'm like, I don't see it. And it's just because I don't see it because I don't have that connection. So they may be able to see it, but I can't necessarily see it. So the potential dad is like, I want to meet you, blase. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm down with that. And I'm like, are you willing to do like this swab? And he's like, yeah, I'm willing to do it. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go over to his house, meet his wife, and super nice. They were both super nice. The wife was super nice, which I was nervous about because me being, if I was in this situation, like, girl, who is you coming over here thinking that you my man's daughter? Okay, so while I'm over there or whatever, I sat over there for probably about like an hour and a half. Like I said, they were both super nice. They showed me their dogs. Like, they were such a cute couple. Like, they were just like adorable. And so he does the swab or whatever, and I send it in next day, and he's keeping in communication with me too. Like, the very next day he called me. We talked on the phone for like another hour and stuff. Just, we trying to put these pieces together. But it's kind of hard because my mom is like, I don't know this man. Like, even when I did the first swab with the brother, she like, well, I hope you're ready to do another one because I don't know that man. Like, girl, what are you talking about? This is DNA, but whatever. So, like, I am like a nervous wreck. Like, I can barely sleep at night just waiting for these results to come back. Like, the brother's keeping in contact with me too. He like, I still don't have an update yet. I don't know what's going on, blase. It's like, I mean, I'm not going to bed till like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm up thinking about this. Like, what is going on? And I have been off of work for like about a month in like a week, like maybe like 6 weeks or something. And so I'm about to go back to work though. So I'm like, the day before I go back to work, like, I'm up to like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be no good at work tomorrow because I can't even sleep. So the day that I go back to work, I get a call. So when I get the call, he calls back and he tells me these results. The results come back. That's my daddy. So I'm like, he sends them to me too. So it's not like, I'm just going based off of his word or anything. He sends me everything or whatever, and this is my dad. So I'm like, so weird, So I'm like, I'm excited. And I'm like, I also, I told him like, I'm happy that he even reached out, because even with the dad that I thought was my dad, I never had enough like courage to like reach out to potential siblings like, hey, I'm your sister, like, what's up? I never had that courage to do that because I didn't know what like the situation was. I'm not trying to come in between anybody's family or anything like that. So, I'm excited that, I'm happy that the brother had enough courage to do that because I did not. So I end up calling the dad and I tell him the results, or he calls me actually, and I'm like, oh, crazy that you called because they just came back or whatever. He's happy too. He's like, we got to get together, blase. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm like, I'm about to walk into work though, so we'll talk about it a little bit more later. But I call my mom before I go into work too. I call my mom and I'm telling her, and she like, well, she's like, I'm happy for you, that you got that in that closure, you know what I mean? Or I got that information basically. And yeah, so that is how I found out my dad that I thought was my dad was not my dad, but now I know my dad now. We met up, he introduced me to his parents, some other family members as well. And the crazy thing is with the brother, I have an older brother from my mom also. I have an older brother. The crazy thing is they share the same name, they're both married, and they have 3 kids. And I'm like, once I found that out, I was like, okay, this is kind of boring. I kind of already got one of these. But now the brother that I just found out is my brother. He's just a month younger than me, which is crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna do a part 2. Okay, so part 2. Anyway, so it was so crazy because I was telling the brother, like, dang, this whole time I knew I was somebody's older sibling out here. I knew I was supposed to be telling somebody what to do. I was supposed to be running some things. I knew I wasn't like the baby out of my cousins and like all that. Like, I knew I was supposed to be out here running some things. But anyways, like, as far as like the dad goes and everything, I was able to introduce him to my son. He's like, he kept saying, I want to meet my grandson. And I'm like, my son is not the kind of kid that is like interested in meeting new people. Like, he's just not that kind of kid. He's like kind of like an introvert or whatever. But we went bowling over the weekend and they were able to meet and stuff. It was really cool. My dad is 6'3" also. Like, this is a tall man. My son is fairly tall too. And so I was like, maybe this is where the tallness is coming from. The brother, he's also tall as well. I'm not tall at all. But yeah, like, everything has been like really smooth. Like, the dad, he calls me pretty much every day and just checks in and tells me what he did for the day, asks me what I did for the day, what I got planned for the weekend, things like that. So it's been like a really crazy roller coaster. Not necessarily a roller coaster, I wouldn't even say roller coaster, but it's just been it's been some getting used to, just even just talking to the dad every day and all of that, because that's just not something part of my everyday life. My mom is super happy for me and stuff. But yeah, like, it's been something. And the crazy thing is with the brother, I worked with my brother, I went to school with my brother. I've seen this man before. Like, we don't know each other like that. We didn't hang out like with the same groups or anything like that, but him being just a month younger than me and knowing like we worked together, I would see him in passing and stuff, and this whole time not knowing that like this is your brother, girl, like, it's really crazy. So it's been something. Yeah, so yeah, I'm excited. I feel like I'm starting to gain more clarity on like the situation, and I'm looking forward to like building the relationship. And it's so weird because I always felt like I only had one side of family, just my mom's side of family. So to like basically gain a whole new family and get to know them and like just bits and pieces of myself, as far as getting to know that side of family, I'm really looking forward to and I'm super excited about. So yeah,
it was just so crazy that they literally worked together, they went to school together, they passing, like, everything. Like, usually you would hear a story with somebody saying this same thing and other people was pointed out or figured out, like, God, y'all look so much alike, y'all not kin. But it is so crazy that she worked with her brother the whole time and neither one of them knew. Now, Ancestry DNA and 23andMe have brought so many families together. It's not even funny. Like, people are literally taking these tests just to make sure, like, okay, like, it's too many people like finding their family, even adopted people, to the point where everybody is wanting to take these tests, and they slowly going up on the price because it's actually putting people families together. And whoever came up with this idea and scenario to like get people like in touch with like far as their past history of like their family DNA and all that stuff, like, they came up with a brilliant idea, and I bet you they got a lot. They making some money off these tests because so many people are buying them. You heard her. She said 6 years ago she bought this kit 6 years ago, And all of a sudden, somebody just out of the blue after 6 years call her and say, look, this say we have siblings. Now, I took the ancestry one, and it's literally matching. Like, on my daddy's side, all my family on my daddy's side, and my family on my mama's side, and people I don't even know. It's like beyond. It's like over 15,000 people that took this test. They got the same shared DNA as me on Ancestry. So I could imagine how many people on 23andMe that is like matching. I mean, y'all, if you haven't tried this and you don't know who your daddy is, or you don't know who your mama is, you don't know who your family is, you was adopted, you was kidnapped, all kinds of stuff is coming out. Like this one girl said that she took it and it matched her DNA to a cold case with her granny. So yeah, y'all, it's putting families together. So I believe her. But now is making me curious. I want to hear her mother's story. Like, how you don't know who this man is, but he remember who you is, and like how the other man thought he was the daddy. I feel like that other man was pushing her away and stood on business because he knew that he was not her daddy. Like, he probably took a secret DNA test and the mama don't even know. For some reason, that man was pushing her away, which doesn't make it right. He should have communicated that he doesn't believe she his daughter or something. People can be so evil to children. Like, people can be so cruel. But you guys, drop down the comment section if you had a similar story like this, or you have took it, or you haven't, or what do you think about this story and her mama not even knowing who this man is, but now congratulating her because he came back her father. Drop down in the comment section what you think about this story. If you made it to the end and haven't subscribed, join the family. Subscribe. You guys, if you are returning, thank you like always. I hope you have a blessed day. Peace.